Okay, so we are live. Welcome back, everyone. So it's been a while since Diego and we've been on the Trading Nut live streams. So how's everyone doing? Hope you're well. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us okay. Just press a 1 if you can hear us and you can see me. Diego is having a few camera issues today, so you'll just see his little avatar. But we're very happy to be here. Thank you everyone for joining us. We are the bank level traders and we are working with CTI and Trading Nut to bring you some smart money concepts. We're going to be trading and looking at the indices. We're going to look at some intermarket analysis. So we're going to look at the correlations between the markets. And we'll obviously go and cover the DXY and some of the Forex pairs. So make sure that you stay tuned because this is the London session. And we don't normally do the London session, but there are opportunities. I'm not sure if Diego, have you spotted any opportunities so far this morning?
No. And welcome everyone. Also, I'm looking at the dollar CAD. So that's the only one I'm interested in. Apart from that, can't see any trades for the London session, just low probability trades. So I'll probably wait for the US session or wait for tomorrow.
Okay, all right, but we'll cover some of our forecasts to see where all the high probabilities zones are, our points of interest. And so these are the zones that you want to focus in on today and the rest of the week. So just a quick intro on who we are. So Diego and we are former hedge fund traders, and we decided that we wanted to have a little bit more freedom in our lives. So we started becoming funded traders. And so we joined with CTI to become portfolio managers. And eventually we decided to teach our strategy as well. So to be able to help other traders become profitable funded traders with CTI or with pretty much any prop firm. And so that's what we're doing now. And man, it's a lot of fun. We get to go live with our community and some of our back level traders. They join us on a weekly basis. We're doing back testing, we're doing live trading, we're covering our winners, we're covering our losers. So it's really good, amazing community of traders, and these are very serious, committed traders. And so if you are out there, any of the bank level traders, I did send the link earlier this morning. If you're out there, say hello. We got a few people commenting here. Where are you guys from? Let us know. Good morning, Divan, Pablo, Josué. Hablan español. Sí, hablamos español, but for today we'll speak English. And we'll do a Spanish version soon. Hey, what's up, BlackRock? How you doing?
BlackRock's in the building. Nice.
Yeah. That's a strong name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. BlackRock, you're from Germany. Fantastic.
I'll have 100 billion, please. Thank you.
Okay, we got another strong name, Black Python. It's Sunday from Nigeria. What's up, Sunday? How you doing? Good. There's been a lot of traders, good traders coming out of Nigeria. And it's really good to see, especially those traders who are competing in the Funded Trader World Cup. You guys are absolutely smashing it. We're seeing some really good talent coming out from Africa. Hey, what's up, Shine? Yeah, we got some bank level traders coming in now. Jose wants us to look at the Euro Yen. Yeah, we can have a look at the Euro Yen.
Are you in a swing, Josue, or a scope or an intraday?
Man, you got to say Jose, isn't it?
Jose.
Got Ramisha from Oslo. We got Anna from South Africa. Yeah, we got a lot of South Africans in CTI. And
many South Africans, they're smashing it.
yeah, you better watch out for African traders, man. Guys are killing it. Yeah, we got another guy, Bonolo. Awesome, guys. All right, so type a 2 in the chat if you're ready for some smart money concepts, and then we can get going. I'll just start preparing everything here. Cool. All right. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go start from absolute naked charts. So I want to show you guys the step-by-step process of how I start to look at the markets. Yeah. So this live stream can not only be useful for your trading today and for the rest of the week, but it can also be educational, because it's always good to see how other traders do their forecasting, how they actually analyze. And so I want to give you guys a little bit about how I process things. So I'm not going to hold anything back from you. So I hope you're paying attention, because I do move quickly. All right. But I'm assuming every single one of you is experienced and knows what a candlestick is, yeah? Because I'm not going to go through the basics. All right, so let's get going. Okay, I'm just going to remove myself. Diego, you can still hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep. All right, fantastic. All right, so we'll kick it off with the S&P 500. I'd like to see an overall sort of picture of what's happening. Okay, so let's kick it off. Fresh charts. Remove these drawings. Okay, so what we're seeing now on the daily is very, very important, because this sell side liquidity from 16th of June was completely breached, not once, but several times. Okay, now we've closed above and we've broken structure to the upside, and this is on the daily time frame. So for me, this is an important, very, very important information. What I'm looking for is two things. I'm looking for liquidity being taken out, and I'm looking for market structure shifts. And I've started off on the daily, because that's what the institutions, that's what smart money is looking at, right? They're looking at the daily, they're looking at these higher time frames weekly. So if we have a quick browse at the weekly, we can see that breach a little bit more clearly. So this wasn't for us, this wasn't really a break of structure, right? For us, this is more of a liquidity grab. So what we're seeing right now is a bit of a capitulation event happening down here. And for those who study Wyckoff on the smaller time frames, you will most likely identify this as accumulation schematic with a spring, right? But if I got time to go cover Wyckoff, we'll do that. Let me know in the chat if any of you understand Wyckoff. Just type in WK in the chat if you guys want me to cover Wyckoff. So right, for now, what I'm seeing is this fair value gap was not completely filled by this wick, but has completely been filled, right? And so now we're entering into this sort of weekly order block. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of reaction up here. Okay, there's going to be a lot of action happening up here. So as a swing trader, you want to be sort of holding trades, but you want to be banking profits up here. But for day traders, man, this is going to be very nice trading up here. There's going to be a lot of volatility, very quick moves. So if we go back to the daily and we start identifying where is the liquidity, what liquidity is going to get hunted, and already I can see a few. For me, a very important, what we call a banker block up here, because it caused the breach of this low, is right above this buy side liquidity. So I'll be very, very interested in taking longs up to this region here. So already, just by drawing a few highs and lows, a few structural points, I can already identify where price is likely to go. Okay, so we've got quite a few requests for me to cover a little bit of Wyckoff. Pablo wants me to go through a little bit SMT. Yeah, okay, we can do a little bit SMT. Why not? For those who study ICT concepts, type in ICT in the chat. Would love to know. ICT is one of my mentors. Okay. Good. Yeah. A lot of people want me to cover Wyckoff. All right. Love a bit of Wyckoff. All right. So on the higher time frames, I'm anticipating further upside here on the S&P 500 into this banker block. So I'll be looking for short-term longs. I can see prices basically accumulating higher and higher. And it's as you can see, if you study, you have to study these candles, honestly, guys, because as you can see, these big, massive candles, these are buzos on the H4, they're getting smaller and smaller. Do you notice that? Right? Institutions are offloading, and it looks like retail is getting all the shorts are getting squeezed right now. Okay, and you've got these relatively equal highs up here at this buy side liquidity where there's going to be a lot of stops up here, right? There's going to be a lot of liquidity, and prices right now has just been reacting to this block here. So I'm not going to go into zoom into less than H4 because then we're going to spend too much time in here just analyzing. I'm just giving you guys a sort of overview of what I'm seeing, because I'm literally starting from fresh. So I'll cover a little bit of Wyckoff very quickly. So what I can see here, we are in the midst of a phase E. So when price came down to this level here, I would say this one actually, because look, when we see this entire move, and we can see that when price reached this level, right, there was what you call a selling climax. So all the selling, it then came to an end at this point here, and the selling climax ended with this breaker structure. So what you would call this level here, you would call this the selling climax, and then you have an automatic rally. And then what happens next is you have what's called the secondary tests. So this is sort of phase A of Wyckoff. And then you've got these this sign of strength, right? So it breaks above here. And we're starting to get an idea of what the trading range looks like. Okay. So we've got this trading range. Let me just change the color so you guys can see it a little bit clearer. Maybe here we go. So we got this sort of trading range. So we got the selling climax, automatic rally. We got a few tests. You could also argue that this is also the selling climax, right? And then this is the automatic rally. You know, you could argue that there's different ways of looking at it, but for me, I'm looking at this whole entire move. So this is more of the preliminary support. So PS for short. Then we have the this selling climax, automatic rally, secondary tests, and then this is the famous spring. Very, very important to look at the volume. As you can see, the volume is very high here. Massive capitulation event, and then we've got this the last point of supply of this accumulation area. So there was definitely some opportunities to go long at these retracements, at these pullbacks. So from a basic sort of Wyckoff understanding, this is what you would call a accumulation schematic. And now we're breaking above this trading range. So taking longs at the top of the trading range will be, for me personally, very high probability. And I can start to see there is a really nice banker block here. So for me personally, I'll be looking for longs at these levels here. So upside on the S&P 500. And if we look at just quickly have a look at some SMT on the daily on all of these. Let's go on the daily very quickly. What can we see just at a glance? Let me just clean up my chart. Right, at a glance, we can see that the Dow, the US 30, is way more stretched out. There's a lot more of an exacerbated rally compared to the S&P 500. Now, both have broken above these highs, and both are below the next buy side liquidity, as we can see here. Right? Can you see that, guys? Just type a Y in the chat. Okay. And down here we got the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is very interesting, guys, because look, straight away I can see that the peak on Thursday, the 6th of October, compared to the peak of the S&P 500 and the US 30, we have not yet fully closed above it. What is that telling us? So if we're expecting further upside on the S&P 500 and the Dow, for me, what I look at is, right, why is the Nasdaq not pushing higher? What's going on? So for me, I'll be looking to take out these equal highs. So for me, a higher probability trade using SMT will be the Nasdaq. So then I will go into the smaller time frames, and just what you saw me do on the S&P 500, I'll start looking for a point of interest to take up these highs. Okay, so that's my forecast on the Nasdaq, or on the indices. So if I'm expecting, or if I'm anticipating further upside on indices, that could perhaps translate to downside on the dollar. So I'll be interested to know what Diego has for us on the dollar. So Diego, are you ready to cover the DXY?
Absolutely. I'm actually bullish on the dollar, but short-term bearish.
Short-term bearish. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how what setups you have. So if you can prepare your charts for us, let us know. So far, guys, whilst Diego is setting up, do you have any questions in regards to that analysis? I'll do a quick Q&A. Let me know what are your thoughts on the Nasdaq? Are you also bullish? Very interesting comment here from Craigo. Surely if Apple, Amazon earnings come in bad tomorrow, Nas isn't gonna push higher. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about when we're looking at the markets. What I've done is just 100% technical. I haven't considered the fundamentals into this. And so for those of you who understand the fundamentals, you know that taking a trade today or trying to, perhaps front run what's going to happen and try hold the swing trade will be very risky. You're likely to get chopped out unless you have a very wide stop. So I didn't want to cover fundamentals too much today. I just wanted to cover the technicals. So because sometimes the technicals paint a clearer picture than the fundamentals, but it's very important. I do agree that if earnings for Apple and Amazon come in bad, yeah, absolutely, the Nasdaq is going to get crushed. So yeah, thank you for acknowledging that.
Okay, let me get started. Can you guys see the screen and hear me clearly? Yeah.
Yeah. So DXY 2 week.
Okay, fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to cover is this significant area, right? We've got this trend line and we've got this banker block. Now, this particular banker block and this particular trend line, if you zoom out onto the weekly/2 weekly, it's got room to climb, right? So it still hasn't been tested. It's a very, very significant trend line. So right now it's just enticing traders to go short, or some traders are just selling it. But there's a very, very decent long opportunity that I'm going to cover soon, right? So that banker block that I mentioned right there is actually, it's actually on the lower time frames back from July 2002 in confluence with that particular breaker structure and some equal highs. There's some equal highs here to the left, right? Some decent little equal highs on the lower time frame around the H4, but that's not what I'm going to cover. What I'm actually going to cover, if I go to the H4 on the dollar, right, and the reason I'm actually bullish short term is at the moment, I don't see any patterns. I've got my points of interest, but if we actually take this particular fractal on the dollar and just study it, just take a mental picture of that fractal, right? What do we have? We've got, some equal highs, fine. We've got some equal lows here to the left somewhere, fine. All right, so just remember this fractal. Now what I'm going to do is take a fractal from back here. How does that look like? Same scenario, equal highs. And guess what? We've also got some equal lows here to the left. Notice how they're very, very identical schematics to each other. All you need to do is just increase it and they're like twins and brothers. They're so identical, what do you think is very likely to happen because of the historical data? So this particular fractal on the H4 time frame, this massive, massive fractal with the equal highs and the equal lows to the left is almost identical to what happened here. Equal highs and the equal lows to the left. And what happened? It spiked below this significant low and it just went up to a parabolic stage. So I'm expecting this to do exactly the same. Go towards this liquidity pool, short-term short, and then a massive rally to the upside to complete the banker block and the trend line that we've got there. So that's my game plan on the dollar. Now, in terms of finding an entry, we go to the H1. The moment, all I can see personally, there's not much going on apart from this particular trend line, which is still just not, the price actually needs time to develop. I'm not really interested in taking any trades here. Very, very low probability. We may have maybe this trend line here. As you can see, but it's still not really ready. So at the moment, it's not really at a point of interest. I would be interested in taking potential shorts here towards the point of interest from this multi-liquidity pool just below the equal lows. And yes, it might go a little bit lower, right? To just fill up the imbalances, but I do have a combination of a banker block 2.0 with an imbalance somewhere here as well. So it's a pretty decent area of interest. Doesn't mean I'm going to be setting an order there and just catch it for the knife. No, I'll be waiting for confirmation. If I do get confirmation, then yes, I'll be taking longs. If it goes lower, fine. I'm just going to update the levels that we've got here and potentially a liquidity pool further below just to complete this particular fractal, and also perhaps a liquidity grab / break structure just below this equal loss. At the moment, I'm bullish, very, very bullish on the dollar, but I do want to sell the market towards my point of interest, which should be approximately around here as a plan A, maybe plan B a little bit higher, and then we'll be looking at longs from around this area or even somewhere down here. So that's my game plan on the dollar. Let's go to the 15-minute. 15 minutes. To be fair, again, price action is not the cleanest, so I'm not going to be forcing anything, to be fair. You know, notice how this is not really that clean. Perhaps there's another pattern here. Now that's quite old. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for some price action. Ideally, I would like to see a liquidity grab of these equal lows. Nice stop hunt, and vice versa of these equal highs. So at the moment, price is trapped between both market participants, really. Let me just update this. So we'll just start within that range. You know, it's not really tradable. Yes, you can find a trade there, but ideally, I would like to see a nice rally to the upside and complete a potential short. And also, with that being said, we do have this sort of significant area in the 15-minute, that high, and we've got this high as well, this low, and it's broken structure. Right, so anything in the middle between this high and this low is just a correction. It's just a lot of mess and nonsense. But now that it's broken to the downside, we need a retest towards at least this point of interest. It was that particular banker block / whatever's inside it when you investigate the data within it on the lower time frame. I've got a multi-liquidity pool here, but yes, we have bank levels and imbalances, etc. But it was this accumulation that really took out the structure. So I know there's going to be a likelihood of price retest in this area and continue with the trend. So that's why I'm expecting a reversal to the downside, or we may even continue going lower, do a stop hunt, and then come up here and then go short. Whichever way it happens first, I'm prepared for taking short-term shorts towards the main longs. And this wouldn't really be short-term. I mean, on the 15-minute, if I catch to BOT traders catch a 1-minute entry within this point of interest, here to here, that's enough for a 20R. So we need to be in and out. So that's my game plan at the moment on the dollar. Euro, not much going on for now. There was actually a trade that I took the other day. This one actually hit my stop. This one hit my stop, went down X amount, hit my stop, corrected, and yeah, it just didn't really play out. And the reason it hit my stop, and I put my stop loss, I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek into the BOT. Once you do see some momentum, and if you are interested in joining the bank level trading, this is one little snippet of putting your stop loss into profit. So this is the 15-second time frame, right? So nice little trade management technique. So just a nice little snippet, bit of value for you guys. Oh, where is it now? Hold on. Let's study it one step further. Okay, my bad. Hold on. So that's where my stop was actually at. My initial stop loss was in fact over here. Hold on. It was actually this bank level. So my stop loss was 2 pips above it, right? 1.5, 2 pips above. There we go. So I'm using this bang level for stop placements and trade management, right? Because for price to come up and hit my stop, this is the only area here. It's the only area that's unfilled. There's a bank level, right? There's unfilled liquidity here. So really and truly, if the analysis is correct, it should respect it and then drop. Everything here to the left has been filled. This bank level been filled, and then it dropped, right? So my stop loss was based off this particular bank level, pips above, took me out, and it took me out for good reason. It completely rallied to the upside. Anyway, that's the euro. Now let's look for a setup for today. This particular setup here on the euro, I didn't like the entry. It just compressed. There was a bit of a flag, and I just had, I had a strong feeling price was just gonna rally, take me out, and go to my point of interest, where I did catch a sniper entry. So because I did have a setup here as a plan B, and I saw this flag, didn't want to take any chances. So I just came out in a little bit of profit.
Guys, I just wanted to just clarify something, because what Diego just went through is so important in your trading, okay? And that is trade management, because it's all well and good. It's, trading smart money concepts is sexy. You get these amazing sniper entries, but then when you're in the trade, what do? Do you just step away? Do you just let the market do its thing and you just leave your stop where it is? Or do you perhaps lock in some profit? Do you perhaps maybe take some partials, trail your stop loss? Because the number one thing you need to focus on, right? If you got pen and paper, you can type this in the chat. This is a very important rule, and that is capital preservation. Just write that down in capitals, put it up, a post-it note, put it on your monitor. Capital preservation. I must preserve my capital today, right? Because that is what keeps you in the game, guys. Okay? Capital preservation. And not only do you need to preserve your capital in your account, but you need to preserve this mental capital, because the more that you lose, the more you're losing in here. Okay? So what Diego showed you is so powerful, right? Don't let that lesson slip, right? Rewind it, take some notes, because you need to have rules for how you trail your stops, okay? How you how you reduce the risk on the trade, okay? Now, we've got several ways that we teach over at the bank level traders. We have Diego has a method in the course, very, very powerful method to reduce risk, to take partials, and to lock in profit. Okay, so these are three different elements you need when you are managing your trade. So write that down, guys, in the chat. Reducing risk, trailing your stop, taking partials. So we call it banking profits, of course. So just a little quick nugget that Diego mentioned, and I don't want you guys to miss it because that was so good. So yeah, Diego, go ahead, just keep going.
Thank you, bro. Sometimes I forget when we say these, when we speak about these snippets and the value we bring, we just continue talking like it's a normal thing. But as a trader, especially when you're starting off, it's so important. I mean, I wish somebody told me what I just mentioned. I wish somebody just put it into my head. Look, it's all about capital preservation. It's all about banking profits and trade management. Forget a strategy. Forget the 50 billion percent or realistically 10, 20% a month or making money. It's all about trade management, right? I mean, even if you walk through my thought process on what actually happened, yes, it ended up going 5R, but guess what? I do not care, because every single trade I take, the bare minimum that it goes to is around 5R. So this is just it's literally just a diamond in a big sandbox. I mean, it's irrelevant. Even this scenario here, all right, it took me out, but then guess what? It continued going to the upside and it fully went up. Right, so it's just so important with trade management and with the whole smart money concepts. Whenever everyone tries to sell you something, this is a reality. If you have the right trade management, there's going to be lots of break evens, lots of small losses, a lot of losses as well, but also a lot of wins. And in the long run, if you stick to the rules as mechanical as possible, you're going to come out on top, really. Okay, let's look at what is actually happening with the euro. I mean, it's proper going parabolic. So I do believe it needs to update into something more relevant. Let's see what's going to happen. So there's nice point of interest. I got some points of interest. I got a banker block here, another one here, and another point of interest here. So let's zoom out real quick onto the H1. See what's happening. Okay, this to me definitely needs to be updated.
Oh, guys, if you were taking note, if you have found this valuable, smash that like button. Do it right now. Go on, Diego. Keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
YouTube etiquette. Always ask for likes. Like and subscribe.
We have to. It's part of the program. It's all coded. Okay. I mean, this already, the fact that I just updated a pattern, right, is indicating to me that price is very likely going to do a stop hunt to complete this particular setup. So now we've got 1, 2, and now potentially a boomerang and a 3. So I know that this liquidity pool or this multi-liquidity pool is a low probability point of interest, but it's a good area to be banking some partials if we've got a long opportunity here. Right, so you do need to be thinking of multiple scenarios when you're trading as well. And with that being said, let's actually zoom out real quick. What's happening here to the left? I mean, yeah, just bearing in mind we do have some massive equal highs, a lot of liquidity here, so it's definitely at a point of interest. So don't be surprised if by next week the euro is going to be done here somewhere, right? Just saying that now, because most of the time we do a trading now and we don't get a chance to show you guys what happened after, but the majority of the time, these forecasts are actually pretty accurate. So let's see what else we have. That's about it. I mean, it's trading in the middle of no man's land, to be honest. So I'm not too interested in taking a euro. I would rather buy the euro because I know the dollar has some room to obviously drop, but as it stands, it's just messy price action, so I'm not going to be taking that trade. We go back to the dollar. I'm setting some alerts at this point of interest around here, then I'll get in sync with the euro. So once the dollar is looking at shorts, then I can be looking for longs for the euro, short-term longs, but even that alone would be a decent setup. So notice how now there's a bit of a clearer flag, clearer price action. Right, so we'll see what happens. Aussie, to be fair, again, same story, is not too clear, but I am monitoring this point of interest for potential shorts. So if I am in the Aussie, I would expect some areas or some points of interest around here to be filled. Right, obviously, we've got some imbalances here to the left, and we do have a bit of a bank block here. I mean, this is H1 banker block, so just bear that in mind. Nice little imbalance there. And another imbalance there. So there's quite a lot of areas for nice little point of interest. And also, we do have some equal lows here. So it might even go a little bit lower, right, depending on what it decides to do. So for now, some Aussie longs will look okay. So at the moment, it's quite bearish short term, but then we can reevaluate. So at the moment, yes, potential Aussie longs. Now, hold on, I believe I just spotted a pattern. So it looks like we may get something like this. So we're looking for buys from either one of these point of interest, but I'm more interested in the shorts. Should be up here somewhere. Similar story to the euro or the dollar. Nice breaker structure caused by obviously the points of interest within here, and we do have some equal highs. So that's my game plan on the Aussie. Let's zoom out. so you guys get a clearer picture. This is the current pattern that I've got. And that's about it. And obviously if it breaks and it completely goes parabolic and goes long, then ideally, hold on a minute, let's go back to the H1. It's not showing on hours. Yep, done. There we go. So that's my H4. If we zoom out onto the Aussie, there's a lot of room to basically just drop to the downside. As you can see. So I am expecting this trend line to eventually be hit, but it does not mean that I'm bearish on the Aussie. You need to be, you need to use a bit of common sense when it comes to trading, the time frame. So for example, although on the long term it's bearish, it shouldn't stop you from buying it, right? Because you're just really limiting yourself. I mean, if for example there's, it's dropping to the downside on the H1, but then there's a break of structure, right? On the retest, you can catch a buy towards a larger sort of area, nice point of interest, equal highs, a break of structure, and this could be a short. So you can buy it on the way up and then you can sell it. And even here on the lower time frames, you can be selling it, then you can take profits here and then you can buy it, right? So I don't look at the time frames to sort of tell me whether I should be buying or selling it. That's me personally. But I just use it as a guideline. For example, with these larger patterns, I know that price is coming up here. I know it's dropping. I know it's climbing. But within this drop, I can be selling it and I can also be buying it. But if I know it's dropping, I know the buys are short term and they counter. Right now, we're actually bullish on the H1 and the 15-minute. So yeah, I'll be banking some profits. If I'm selling it, I need to be in and out quick, even though the larger picture is short, because I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing position trader. You need to understand the difference. Okay, that's basically Aussie then. That's Aussie covered, potential longs and then shorts. And dollar yen. Dollar yen, to me personally, it's just not really tradable. It's gone to the point of interest, which is it's quite inevitable, to be fair. But the price action on the dollar yen is not too clean. It's not really screaming at me. I mean, yes, we do have a bit of a pattern here.
Right, guys, we're going to be doing some requests very soon. So if you want us to analyze anything, just post it in the chat. We'll be happy to cover. We should have time to cover about 3 or 4 pairs. So if you want us to look at any FX pair, indices, metal, we can do a quick forecast for you guys. All right. So make sure you guys are smashing that like button if you want us to do one of these analysis.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rod. Let me just finish dollar CAD because that is actually my favorite. I saved the best till last.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea on the CAD. So from the fundamental perspective, the market didn't really like that the Bank of Canada didn't hike as high as it was expected. So the Canadian dollar weakened slightly because of yesterday's rate hike. It wasn't what the market expected. So it was priced in, the interest hike was priced in higher. It came in lower as expected. So obviously that's what caused some volatility in the last 24 hours. So this is what we want, right? We want that volatility. So yeah, what are you seeing on the CAD, dollar CAD?
On the CAD, first of all, how many likes have we got?
Oh, let's have a look.
Because if we've got 55 people watching on 1 like, I'm not going to give you guys CAD.
Well,
you need to work for everyone.
Yeah, we got 26 likes. So guys,
okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's aim for another 4 likes. I'll be happy with 4. So 4 more likes, guys, and I'll cover dollar CAD.
All right, 128, 30, nice. Boom.
Okay, there you go. Look, and now There you go. Now I know you guys are hungry and you want it. So dollar CAD is actually my favorite.
Yeah.
I believe it's a bit
You
of
guys
a
are
high
awake.
probability trade. Yeah. I mean, we are talking to traders, you know, these are not just random people, you know, these are, they are alert, you know. Okay, so dollar CAD, again, as you know, I'm bullish on the DXY. Just to give you guys the mental picture on why I'm bullish on the DXY, just to remind you guys, it was the fractals from here. Where was it now? Fractals from there, as you can see here. And we've got these fractals, these current fractals, right? So they're very, very, very similar, as you can see. And what happened when it went to the equal lows here to the left, it completely went long. Same here. We've got equal lows to the left. Is very likely going to go long. So that's my game plan. I'm very, very bullish on the dollar. So dollar CAD now. Oh my gosh. Dollar CAD. Textbook setup. And it's very, very clean. Not like Aussie and the Euro where it's not shouting at me. This is what I mean by when a market is screaming at you, you focus on it. Right? Clear price action, clear pattern, clear equal lows from here. 1, 2, and 3. And we've obviously got some bank levels, liquidity pools, imbalances, and slingshots and everything to look for potential buys. So that's my game plan at the moment on the dollar CAD. But just because I'm bullish on the dollar doesn't mean I'm going to avoid the potential short. So if I do see a short somewhere on the dollar, I would like to take it. But if there's no confirmation, I'll just leave it as it is. So, you know, perhaps we do have this nice point of interest, and we do have, this is actually really good. Look, equal lows, guess what happened to them? They've been stopped out. Fantastic. Equal highs, or the double top traders and resistance traders, they have now been stopped out. Surprise, surprise. So at the moment, dollar CAD is actually a good potential short, to be fair. Anywhere within this sort of point of interest. So we do have this imbalance. We've got a banker block above. If we just wait for some further confirmation, we may get a pretty decent trade on dollar CAD. But as it stands, I'm still going to wait a little bit. Still not really clean. I do want to see some momentum. And, you know, when I mean momentum, I mean momentum. I want to see a candle like this on the M5. Massive candle, 1 or 2 is fantastic. Once I see that and I get that confirmation, whether it's from here or whether it's from here, then I'll be looking for the retest with a pattern, and then I'll catch the short to new lows, well, to all the way to down here. So that's my game plan on the dollar. Shorts and then longs. But dollar CAD is definitely my bread and butter for the week. So yeah, that's it for me, guys.
Fantastic. All right. So we've got a few requests. So if you can do, if you can kindly do cable for our friend here, Benji.
Yep, absolutely. And let's do that.
I like Benji's shades, man.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Benji, where you from? What were you thinking about on cable today? So you've requested for cable. So has Anna Mokwena.
Why is everyone interested in cable? Nice.
What's your bias on cable for today? Just bear in mind, guys, we've got ECB coming up later today. So that's going to come up in a few hours. It will be UK time 1:15. So it's the ECB rate decision. It's a big one. All right. So just watch out for that volatility today. So because it's the ECB, it's going to affect the dollar, because it's obviously the ECB is also going to affect cable. So just do expect some volatility. So watch those tight stops. Perhaps maybe wait until afterwards. Whatever your strategy is, follow the rules and manage your risk appropriately.
100%. The first thing that stands out for me is this momentum, right? Nice clear momentum. We know there's volume there. There's a lot of liquidity there. So we need to investigate that further. What's happening here? Oh, okay. I can see something. I know some of the BLT traders know what I can see, but I'm not going to get into too much detail. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. I also, there's a lot of confluences here, to be fair.
Thanks, Basil, showing us some love.
Okay, so yeah, nice point of interest for cable. This will be a plan A, because it's very volatile. Price could still even come up here towards, I believe there's a bit of an imbalance here somewhere. Yeah, nice little imbalance. Just a point of interest. So what I like to see on cable is a stop hunt of this particular structure. And then we can look for buys at either just below it or towards this point of interest down here. But also remember, the FX markets are very volatile. It could easily do this as well. Right, so just be prepared for multiple plans. Always have more than one plan. If you don't have enough plans, then it's just going to be hard.
Okay, so this is the H1 of.
Yep, H1 for now. Uh, 15.
Yeah, it looks like the market really likes this new prime minister. He seemed to be, when he addressed the nation, he seemed to be very, very calm. The market seemed to have reacted very calmly to his comments.
Yeah, the cable definitely rally, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna mess things up like they always do. The cable is very likely just gonna melt anyway. So,
yeah,
I mean, look, it's already really priced in, so something's gonna happen. Whatever fundamental comes out, or he just comes out with some new legislations. Yeah, short-term fair enough is bullish, but by the end, the next few weeks or months, pretty sure cable will be like down here somewhere. We'll see anyway. Could be wrong.
Yeah, it all depends on what happens with the dollar. If the dollar continues to strengthen, then
exactly.
we'll be looking at further downside on cable, but that
exactly. But for now, it's very bullish, very, very bullish.
Yeah.
As for an entry, to be fair, this needs time to develop. I mean, I'm not going to look for any setups around here.
Okay, well, those points of interest are very good. I think that should be enough for the viewers to just map those points of interest out on your chart, and of course, just watch those levels, set your alerts, and get ready for those longs. So we've got
these point of interest, just to emphasize, doesn't mean you have to just set a limit order there and take it. Obviously, you guys have your own strategies. Whether you use moving averages or Fibonacci or a completely weird different indicator, just use it as a confluence, right? If your moving averages cross, let's say at this area, then take it. It's in confluence with this analysis, right? Or if you're waiting for a particular pattern or a candle formation or whatever it is, just use it as a confluence. That's really the aim, really.
Yeah. So we're getting some messages in regards to how can you be part of the bank level traders? Where can you find the details for it? How can you be part of the team? Well, it's pretty simple. We launched a bank level trading course back in February. And it's pretty easy. When you just go onto the City Traders Imperium website, you'll look for smart money concepts or bank level trading, and you'll be able to find the program, all the information that's there. So it's currently priced at £447, and that gives you access to the entire course. That comes up to approximately $500. So yeah. The dollar's doing really well at the moment, as you know. And the current Discord membership we've put it on hold at the moment, so we're not accepting any new members to the Discord community because we are making some improvements, and we're going to be launching some massive improvements very, very soon. Okay, so if you're going to join the BLT, you want to start doing it now, because what we're introducing is going to be amazing, and prices are going to go up. So the best time to get started on the BLT and take advantage, pretty much as soon as possible. So yeah, that's how you would thank you, Diego, for the link. So the link is in the chat now for you guys to have a look. So yeah, and if you want more information, if you want to have a chat with one of us, just join the City Traders Imperium Discord, and you guys are more than welcome to have a chat with us. And if you want more information of how we can help you with your trading, if you've got an existing strategy, you can use the BLT to improve your strategy. If you have no strategy, then of course we can teach you how to use the bank level trading strategy to become profitable. So it's a very powerful strategy, because we are looking for higher risk reward trades, and we're using pattern recognition to enable us to filter out the best points of interest. And so we're not a type of SMC strategy where you get high losing rate or low win rate. In fact, the patterns that we use are going to increase the probability of each trade. And we're also hosting a free webinar very soon. So we're going to be actually teaching you guys some of the concepts of the BLT. So let's see if I can bring that up. Here we go. So we're going to be hosting this very, very soon. So if you guys are interested in this, make sure that you join the CTI Discord community. And on that page that Diego posted, there's on the bank level trading website, there's a registration form at the bottom if you want to know how much the course is. When you register there, we will then send you an email and inviting you to this free BLT masterclass. So if you guys want to learn some of the concepts that we're teaching, that we use to forecast and trade, make sure you come along, because we're going to be sharing some very, very powerful lessons here. All right, guys. So let's head back to the chart. So we had a few other requests from some of the traders. Oh, we got a question from Leo. So Diego, do you want to answer Leo?
Absolutely, yes. So do you do live trading sessions on your Discord? Yes. So we do post our forecast and analysis, and we also post our entries, our stop losses, and our exits on our MT4 screenshots. So we're very transparent. You know, we're not just posting charts when it's happened already, right? And we also do back testing sessions. It's not that often, but we do it every now and again, probably once every 2-3 weeks. But the community themselves, they are constantly back testing, and there's back testing channels, etc.
Yeah, and like I said, we're making some really, really great improvements to the program very, very soon. So just keep an eye on that. And yeah, R Sweat 25, bro, love your podcasts, love the variations of perspectives with different traders as well. And you finally caught our live stream from Denver. Good to have you, bro. I'm glad you
Amazing.
thank you for the support and the love, man. Those podcasts or those interviews that I do with the portfolio managers are so powerful. They've honestly helped me so much with my own trading, because I get the perspective of a different trader of how they trade, you know, their strengths, their weaknesses, their experiences. If you guys want to learn more about successful funded traders, go ahead and check out those interviews on the CTI YouTube channel. You'll see that I interview successful portfolio managers that are doing very, very well. And yeah, I'm going to be posting one of those each week on a Saturday. So if you want to catch those interviews, put that in your diary turn on that notification, and every Saturday you'll be able to watch these interviews, because they share some very, very powerful lessons, and some of them in fact share their strategy, which they use to pass the CTI challenge. So yeah, so much knowledge, so much value being shared across the board, and that's what it's about, guys. For us, it's about serving you guys, it's about helping you guys with your trading, because look, we're all after the same thing. We're all after going and achieving our freedom, financial freedom, and we're using the markets in order to achieve that. And look, we're all fighting the same battles, so we might as well fight together, right? And that's what the BLT, that's what we've been doing with the membership. We share our analysis, we share our setups in a lot more detail, of course. So we got a question here for Filios. What kind of improvements? Can you give us a small piece of information? Yeah, Diego, what's the improvement, man?
Okay, so obviously with the BLT, the way it's been designed, we give it a concept, give it a strategy, and everything, and it works. It's fantastic. The BLT2 now is just a different beast. It's because the BLT is very subjective and it's discretionary and mechanical. I've made the BLT2 very, very mechanical, with really strict set of rules, with taking profits, moving your stop losses, the techniques with drawing your trend lines and your patterns, what makes it low probability, high probability, low and high probability banker blocks, and why, and equal lows, and all this other schematics. But most importantly is we're focusing a lot on the trader and your development. That's where the main focus is putting all the energy towards you guys, rather than focusing in, within a community. This time it's going to be the other way around. We're focusing on you guys. And also, there may be some bundles with the course and funded accounts, etc. That's a little snippet, but that's more or less the insight towards it.
Love that. Love that little nugget there. So look, the improvements are basically we're going to be introducing more mentorship, all right? Because we found that the best way for traders to improve is, yes, is having a community. So we're not going to take that away. We're going to continue the community aspect of it, right? Because that's one of the best parts of the program, right? Being able to share the same strategy, same setups, back testing, etc. But there's going to be more opportunity for direct mentorship, right? So we're going to be working a lot closer with each of you, right, in order to overcome some of your personal struggles. Every trader is different. Everyone sees the market differently. Everyone's on a different level, different chapter. So what we're able to do is identify what those struggles are, and then we help and solve those issues together, right? We work as a unit. It's a partnership, right? And that partnership is going to help you overcome those struggles. And if you're currently losing trades, you're not really know where you are, then of course we're going to help you achieve that consistency, that profitability. And if you're currently struggling with following specific rules, well, we're going to help you with your trading plan. Or if you're struggling with your risk management and you're not really that consistent with it, well, we're going to teach you, we'll help you identify a mechanical trade management, risk management that's based on capital preservation and maximizing the profits, right? So wherever you are in your trading journey, we are going to take you by the hand, and we're going to take you step by step until you are profitable, so that then you can take on any funded account, whether it's with CTI, FTMO, My Forex Funds, whoever it is, and you'll be smashing it, right? And so that's what we've been able to do for some of the BLT traders, the ones who have been the most committed, the ones that have been the most disciplined. They are now smashing through funded accounts, and their life is absolutely changing. And we want to be able to do that for more of you guys. So that's a little snippet of how we're going to be improving the BLT. It's just we're taking it to the next level, guys. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you attend this BLT masterclass, because it's going to teach you exactly how we trade, I'm going to teach you some of the strategy, and we're going to teach you how we can obviously help you. So yeah, Diego and I are really excited about it. So yeah, that's
100%.
pretty much what's happening. That's going to be happening in the next few weeks. So just keep an eye out on the CTI YouTube channel, the CTI Discord community, and we'll be back here anyway in about 2 weeks anyway. So we'll cover some more information there.
Also, to emphasize with the BLT2, there's also 1 or 2, 3 new strategies and trade management that's going to amplify you holding your gains. You know, if you're entering on a boomerang, for example, or the 3 aces, there's a trade management technique and a take profit that's going to really excel that, make you hold a trade longer without feeling emotion. Right, there's some decent techniques. Oh, and the banker block 2.0, can't forget about that one.
Yeah.
Also what to emphasize and just recap on what Rodrigo said regarding your personalized trading plan. If you are interested in the BLT2, I would definitely suggest to get used to this trading plan that I'm about to post. Just get used to it. It's like $10 a month, right? Get used to it, because I'm going to be focusing on this particular software with you guys. But if you can't afford it, or if you can't get it, then it's fine. We'll still use Notion and tailor the trading plan towards you. So I've posted a link in the description somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's the trading journal. Very, very powerful, guys.
Very powerful, yeah.
So we got a couple of questions here from a few more questions. Philios, will the BLT be available for old members? 100%. And so old members, I wouldn't call them old members. I would call them existing members, because you know, once you've bought into the BLT, you're just a member, right? You've got access to the course, lifetime access to the course anyway. So the course is then yours, the strategy is yours. So what we're going to be doing for existing members is there are going to be some perks. There are going to be perks. There are going to be some discounts for you guys, because obviously we're all about loyalty, and we're all about rewarding that. It's because, like I said to you earlier, this is a partnership, right? Once you join our community, it becomes a partnership, and we're partners all the way, and that's what it's about. So another question here: does the BLT include a psychology class? Man, every single time I go onto a live stream, I'm always covering psychology. That's my thing, right? So yeah, whenever there's an opportunity for me to jump on a live stream with you guys, there will be psychology involved. And if you guys are struggling with psychology, just type a number 2 in the chat if you are struggling with psychology, because if you are, then I'll be releasing something very soon for you guys. I think it's about time that I release something very, very specific, like my exact process to help traders. So just type it 2 in the chat if you're interested in trading psychology, and I can give you more information about that. Cool. And when is the BLT2 expected? Man, that's the $1 million question. Well, right. So it's pretty much ready. We're just now ironing things out with CTI. We're just making sure that the whole sort of process, the whole funnel, the back end stuff, all of that is flowing well. Because if we start getting hundreds of people coming in, we need to control. Obviously, we need to funnel everyone in properly. So at the moment, the delay is that the back end system, right? So that's what we're currently working on. So we're really close to launching it. Ideally, we want to launch it next month in November. Yeah, we want to definitely try and do that in November. So yeah, just keep an eye on for the BLT2. So all right, so we got a few people interested in the in psychology. So for the psychology aspect, I'm going to be opening up my doors for one-to-one mentoring, and that's something that it's been very exclusive the last few years. I don't actually take on that many one-to-ones unless I see very specific talent in traders and a lot of commitment. So I have done one-to-ones in the last few years, and I absolutely enjoy it. It's one of my passions to be able to take a trader and get them from where they are currently, where they might be struggling, to reaching their full potential. And I've been able to do that successfully with all of my clients. And the most recent client, actually, you guys can check out his interview on this podcast by Cam on Trading Nut. His name is Jade Capital Management. He's from New York. So Kyle is one of my one-to-one mentees, and he's absolutely smashing it. So on that video, he goes through how he's actually currently managing $3.2 million in funding with multiple prop firms. So I've been working with him for the past 12 months. And so this, if you're, this is the kind of mentorship that you're going to get with me when it comes to trading psychology. So if you are interested in building a 7-figure business, right, I can take you there. So that's basically what my mentorship is going to be. It's going to be one-to-ones, right? And because that's really the fastest, most effective way to get you from where you're struggling now to reaching your full potential and running this as a serious business. So obviously we'll go through all of your psychological blocks, how to overcome them, but also how to run this as a business, how to actually set up all of these funded accounts, how to manage them with a trade copier, how to diversify the risks. So it's not just about psychology, man. It's literally how to run the business, right? Because I've done it. Diego's doing it. My clients are doing it. So I want to help you also achieve that, to treat this as, so if you guys are serious about treating this like a business and doing this full time, then yeah, reach out to me on Discord. And just tell me where you are, and we can have a conversation about that. So yeah, that's the from my side in terms of mentorship and everything like that. It is heavily focused on mindset, psychology, high performance, and obviously building a business around funded trading, which is of course my passion and something that I do myself. So right,
100%.
wow, the questions are flying
you've
in.
got the best of both worlds. You've got Rodrigo that's literally specializes in psychology. He's even helped me in my journey. Kyle, he's a multi-millionaire funded trader. That's just fantastic, guys. You've got Rodrigo literally mentoring you one-to-one, putting all his time and energy towards you. I'll be doing something equivalent, but mainly just focusing on the technicals. So if you need help with your psychology, Rodrigo's the man, 100%.
Right. So we've got so Basil, as I said before, yes, there's going to be some because of the BLT2 or BLT accelerated, there's going to be aspects of mentorship with Diego directly. So there are additional fees to compensate Diego for his time, of course. So yeah, but like I said, there will be some discounts available for existing members, 100%. Yeah, we're going to look after you guys. So don't worry about that. Yeah, Shine. Yeah, can't wait to see you grow with us, man. You've been growing, you've been putting the working in the background. Keep going, brother. Keep going, man. You're doing well. So we've got, isn't this Diego Torres from CTI? Yeah, that's Diego, man.
I think that's the guy, yeah.
Yeah. Why is your name not coming up? Our names are not showing for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our names have disappeared. Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah, that's Diego. And for those who don't know yet, actually, we're cousins. So we're first cousins.
Well, we're brothers now. Come on.
All right. Yeah, no, we're all right. Yeah, we're brothers, but just letting you guys know we're family.
Yeah, we are actually family. and we've worked together in multiple prop firms and hedge funds, and now CTI. So
yeah, so guys, if you want to join our family, right? If you want to trade with us, if you're committed, then make sure you're part of the bank level trading community, because we're going to look after you guys, okay? Like family. So let's smash these markets, right? Let's look for these high probability setups day in, day out. Let's start these successful 7-figure funded trader businesses wherever you are in the world, whatever stage you're in, and let's fight together as a partnership, as a family, because that's what it's about, guys. We're gonna have to start wrapping things up. So guys, really appreciate your time, guys. We didn't get to cover all of the requested pairs. So next time, make sure that you join us in the next 2 weeks here on the Trading Up channel. Otherwise, if you want to see us more often, obviously you got to join us at the bank level trading community. The link has been posted already. But you just go onto the CTI website and look for Smart Money Concepts, bank level trading. Just Google it, CTI, bank level trading, CTI, Smart Money Concepts, and you'll find all the information. So guys, I want to thank you. Great questions, great engagement. Make sure that you're smashing that like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel. Diego, thank you very much for your analysis today. Very, very insightful. And yeah, keep us posted on that dollar CAD trade. It's looking very high probability. And yeah, I'll see you on the BLT Discord.
Amazing. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.